welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into choosing a marathon training plan.
Always a hot topic.
It really is, and this time we're diving into a blog post from, July 1st, 2024 on Running Rebooted called Choosing the Right Marathon Training Plan, My Journey and Lessons Learned.
Sounds relatable.
Super relatable, especially, well, the author had already done a few half marathons.
Okay.
3, to be exact. But when it came to tackling that full marathon, those newbie nerves kicked in.
Yeah, I think that's really common, though. You think, oh, I've done a half, I can just, double it. But
Absolutely.
it's a whole other beast, mentally and physically. You're in it for the long haul. A half marathon plan might top out at, 10-mile long runs?
Right.
But with a full marathon, you're looking at 20-milers, maybe even more. Finding the right plan, it's less about checking off the miles and more about, having this roadmap.
Yeah, you're
support system.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because there will be moments, where you doubt yourself, and
Oh, yeah.
that plan, it's got to be your rock.
It's true. It's like leveling up from baking cookies to suddenly you're making a 5-tier wedding cake, and you're like, wait, what are dowels? What is fondant? It gets very real very quickly. So in the blog, the author initially turns to a friend who's a marathoner.
Okay.
And this friend shares their training plan, which sounds intense. But instead of just jumping into that, the author decides to look into coaching options.
Smart move.
Right. And here's where it gets interesting. They go to Bark.
Bark.
Yeah.
For marathon coaching.
I know. I had the same thought, Bark, the website for, dog walkers and...
Yeah, usually more for, finding someone to mow your lawn or something.
Exactly.
Interesting choice.
It is. I mean, they do have coaching categories, but it's not exactly, the go-to for athletic training.
Yeah, not exactly the first place you'd think of for serious marathon prep.
Right. And this is where the deep dive gets kind of cringy for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been there. So the author's on this first coaching call, right? And instead of feeling that support, that guidance, they get scolded.
Oh, no.
Yeah, apparently they mention a not so great half marathon experience, which, come on, we've all been there.
Everyone has those.
Exactly. But to this coach, it was like a major red flag.
Wow. Sounds like a bit of a my way or the highway approach.
Totally. And I get it. Some coaches are super gung-ho, but especially for a first-time marathoner.
It can really backfire. You need that encouragement, that personalized touch.
Yes. It's like having a personal trainer who yells at you for missing a workout instead of saying, hey, what's going on? How can I help?
Exactly. A good coach should be your cheerleader, your strategist, someone who understands that life happens, and you're not just the running robot.
Fuel the passion. Don't, extinguish it with negativity.
100%.
And thankfully, the author didn't give up on coaching altogether.
Oh, good.
They remembered a friend who raved about their coach, so they reached out to this coaching group, New Levels Coaching.
Okay, I've heard of them.
And they have a much better first chat with a coach named Lewis. It's like night and day compared to the first experience. They felt heard, understood.
That's so important. Makes a world of difference. And that's the beauty of those personal recommendations.
The best. Like a friend whose taste you trust, they're going to point you in the right direction.
Exactly. You're like, okay, you get me.
And New Levels Coaching, they get it. Because, get this, they offer 2 main options. They've got these set training programs, which sound super comprehensive.
Yeah.
But they also have these monthly coaching packages, which I'm guessing are more tailored.
Yeah, that's where the personalization really shines. Because, let's be real, every runner is different.
So true.
Some runners, they crave that structure, a detailed plan. Others, they need more flexibility, adjustments here and there.
Makes sense.
And a good coach recognizes that. You got to meet the runner where they are.
And that's exactly what drew the author to New Levels. They were worried about, sacrificing their other athletic hobbies. Badminton, I think they mentioned, and football.
Okay, yeah. Keeping active outside of running is important.
Right. And instead of being nope, got to focus on the marathon, Lewis was like, let's work with that. They incorporated those activities into the training.
I love that.
Me too. It wasn't just about marathon training. It was about supporting the author's whole athletic life.
That's the dream.
I love that approach. It's about the bigger picture. It's not just about these few months of training. It's about, how do we make this work for your life?
Exactly. Sustainable progress, not just burning yourself out for one race.
Right. So they found their coaching soulmate, New Levels Coaching. They're good to go, ready to train, right?
Well, not so fast. Remember that whole overwhelmed feeling?
Yeah.
It popped up again. Because they had to pick a training plan. 12 weeks or 16 weeks?
Oh, yeah, big decision.
Right. And the author, feeling confident, they went for the 12-week plan.
Okay.
But pretty quickly, they realized it was a bit much. Like they'd underestimated the whole marathon prep thing.
It happens.
It does. But the good news is they had that open communication with their coach. They adjusted the plan, no biggie.
See, that's what I love. Flexibility is key. Even with the best coach, the best plan, you gotta listen to your body, you know?
100%.
Yeah.
It's about that self-awareness, that honesty with yourself about what you can handle.
So important. Which I think is a good note to end on. We can get caught up in finding that perfect plan, but sometimes it's more about the journey of figuring out what works for you.
Totally. It's your marathon, your experience. Own it.
Love it. All right, everyone, that's a wrap on our deep dive into choosing a marathon training plan.
Until next time.
Be sure to check out Running Rebooted for more awesome insights, and as always, keep chasing those running dreams.